You give Disclosure Day a 3.
Yeah.
If on a scale of 1 to 10, if 5 is average,
5 is your average movie. You probably wouldn't go to it again.
I'm gonna probably say 5 then. I want to creep maybe to like a 4.5, but I find it an average movie. It didn't put me to sleep. It didn't have me on the edge of my seat either.
Hey, welcome back to the Popcast. This is episode number 50. Yes.
A milestone.
Yes, a milestone, yeah. Pat on the back. But you probably, maybe, perhaps, saw our ad for this episode and it said special guest stars Brian Runkle and Jim Lamb. You'll notice there's no Jim Lamb. He had a commitment come up, family business come up, so he cannot make it. So we're here with Brian Runkle, our good friend.
Howdy, howdy.
Famous musician of the area and longtime fan of movies and pop culture. Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
All right, we just came back from Disclosure Day, the new Steven Spielberg movie, and we're going to share our thoughts on that. In a moment, we're still gathering our thoughts, I think.
Literally left the theater like a half hour ago.
Yes, we had to drive to Norwalk. So, because our theater, the times they were showing it just didn't quite work out for us. So here we are.
And it takes a little bit to get to this underground bunker. You know?
Takes a little bit. Yes, we got you got blindfold people, put a bag over their head. Takes a little time to prepare and get here. So, yeah. So here we are. So we want to jump right into the movie, but first we're going to do our comics.
Yeah.
They have been curated by Ayden.
Oh, of course they're curated. This one is Suburban High Life. There's some UFOs on here. I don't really know what this is, though.
It's a Suburban High Life. Is that new or is that old?
It's June 1987.
Oh, I bet you Tim Schnurr knows about this.
Yeah, look at that. UFOs, little aliens
I
down
was
there.
gonna say at the bottom it says, startling UFO report.
Are we puppets of mind control?
Alien mind control.
It doesn't get much more, what did you say? Curated than that.
For this.
But here's the big
episode.
one.
Oh boy.
Because it's the summer of Supergirl. Yes, we got Supergirl number 23. Look at that with the bandana. Oh yeah,
bandana?
Or the headband. I hope they pull out that look in the movie. The highly anticipated movie that is going to come out in a couple weeks.
And this is an alien here, some sort of alien.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was just picking it because it was Supergirl.
I thought you didn't pick it because it's an alien.
No, I picked it because it was Supergirl because
That
Supergirl
makes
comes
no
out.
sense.
We're building the hype for
Makes no
Supergirl.
So there's your comics for today. So let's jump right into this Disclosure Day. Yeah, let's start out spoiler free.
Let's give our scores out of 10.
We're just going right to that and then explaining where
and
we're
then
coming
explaining
from.
the spoiler-free review. Yeah.
Okay, so our scale is 1 out of 10. 5 is your average movie. 10 we have not given out yet, I don't think.
No, but I have a feeling in a couple of weeks
I mean,
we'll be giving it.
for the reviews.
I know. I'm saying
I've given out a 10. In
I
my
have
lifetime.
a feeling like in a couple of weeks both of us will be giving a 10 out of 10 to Supergirl.
When does that come out?
In a couple of weeks, June 25th.
Oh wow! I know you'll give it a 10. That movie was great. So whatever.
Supergirl fan, I take it.
Yeah, he's a fan of that girl.
The actress.
She could be super.
Yeah.
She could be Black Widow. Whatever. So anyway, what's her name?
Millie Alcock.
Millie Alcock. There you go. Hope you're watching, Millie. You got a fan here in Sandusky in the secret underground bunker.
Yeah.
Stop by
I'm
sometime.
free.
Stop by sometime. So you want to go first, Ayden?
I'll give it a 3 out of 10.
Oof.
This wasn't even just average for me. This was like, ugh.
I think that's the lowest score you've given out of our 50 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm positive it is.
Did we do one about the Batman? That was probably a 10 out of 10 for me.
The Batman?
Yeah, I feel like we did.
I think we did in a previous iteration. Let's talk about Backrooms for just 2 seconds.
3 out of 10 as well.
I haven't watched Backrooms.
We did go to that one, and we held off making video on it because we wanted episode 50 to be Disclosure Day, to our own disappointment and dismay.
But Backrooms wasn't like... Really, we should have done one on Obsession.
We did do one on Obsession.
Oh, we did?
It was yeah.
That movie was good.
That was a good movie. It's great.
Well, shout out that
Movies are
girl.
at the Monroeville Drive-In
Oh, really?
this weekend.
Oh. If Obsession's first, you should go.
It is. Obsession, then Backrooms.
Backrooms, I could take it or leave it. I just think it was a little too abstract. It didn't explore the back rooms enough the way I wanted it to, like to try and explain what was going on, to really get into it. Because they skipped from, he discovered it one night, and then it was like a week later he's talking to his therapist. You didn't see anything that happened during that week.
No.
Like what, I would have been mapping it out. They showed that he had a map, but anyway.
3 out of 10 on that.
3 out of 10 on that. I give it maybe a 4 or 5. I didn't get it. I see where some people would love it. It's definitely a cool new movie, cool idea. But anyway, okay, so you give Disclosure Day a 3.
Yeah.
If on a scale of 1 to 10, if 5 is average,
5 is your average movie. You probably wouldn't go to it again.
I'm gonna probably say 5 then. I want to creep maybe to like a 4.5, but I find it an average movie. It didn't put me to sleep. It didn't have me on the edge of my seat either. Yeah, I give it just a solid 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that same 4.5 to 5. I'll say 5. I'm gonna say this though, before we get too far into it. I think as a movie that you're viewing for entertainment purposes, I'll give it a 5. But there's 2 things going on here, and I don't know how far we're going to go get into the other. There's the movie, and then there's the information that's being presented, and how they're presenting it, which is probably a podcast of its own. If you're into
We're gonna have to digress from that. I already heard a 30-minute rant about that.
if you get into the whole,
The drive-back.
I want to put conspiracy theories in quotation marks because at this point it's not a conspiracy theory. But anyway, so how they're presenting that information, because they are presenting information, they are presenting sort of a worldview and how you view that. But just as a movie, I'm going to give it a 5. I think I was really looking forward to it, but I've trained myself not to get hyped up so that I'm let down. So I don't think it was that I was let down. I was severely disappointed, but I'm not giving it a 5 because of my disappointment. I think it's a 5 as a movie.
Right.
I don't think it's much more than that.
No.
See, when you talk about the information, rating as an entertaining movie and then rating it as the information presented to you, we're getting all the government reports of UFOs and unidentified objects and stuff like that. So you're starting to be given more information that you know is real regarding the possibility of what are these things? Where do they come from? So it's like with Disclosure Day, I think ahead of time, I kind of had this, okay, what's Spielberg going to give us? What does he know? But at the same time, just could be just like Close Encounters, could be just a made-up story. He's not trying to present anything.
Well, they're saying that Close Encounters is not just a made-up story, that he had inside track on even back then.
Sure.
He had inside info to make that movie. So I don't know. Well, let's stay away from the conspiracy theories for a moment. Just as the movie itself. With all the reviews that came out in the last couple days, and I perused a couple of them. I didn't want to get too far into them because I didn't want to jade my own opinion. But they talked heavily about the great John Williams score. I didn't notice it.
No, I heard one thing. There was like one song the whole time, and I was like, eh.
Yeah, there's no keynote song.
Right.
Yeah.
He did the score, but it's just subtle background music. Nothing that grabs
Yeah, it's
you.
not
There's
like Indiana Jones.
Or any of those.
I expected, like you said, a keynote that I could call back and go, oh, that's Disclosure Day.
No.
Like Interstellar. I know what that soundtrack is. I could not tell you what this soundtrack is or was.
No.
So I don't know where they're coming with. That's great. And maybe if you just take it out of the movie and you put it in your listen to it on your phone or whatever, maybe it is great. I don't know. But as supporting the movie, I would say it was generic.
Okay, but I was going to say,
okay.
think you have to hype the movie up though. You got Spielberg. Everybody's just used to Spielberg's movies being magic, and then Williams. Oh, his scores are magic. So of course, if you want to pack people in the theater and it's a Spielberg movie, you want every
So
common
you're saying
denominator
it was
of
a marketing
six.
gimmick.
Sure.
All right.
Why not?
I'll go with, yeah, I'll give you that, but I'm going to say that that's some false marketing.
I think people are dumb enough too to just say that.
I think there is, I've noticed.
Or not dumb enough, but biased enough to be like, oh, it's Steven Spielberg, it's John Williams. It's great. The score's great because it's John Williams.
Yeah.
And they don't want to discredit him for what might be his last one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not discrediting him. I'm saying if you ranked his works, this is nowhere near the top.
No, I agree. I'm saying what people are saying about his score, though.
Yeah.
When they're like, oh, it was such a great score. I think they're saying that because John Williams.
I think people in general, I've noticed, even in just the comments and talking with people from our podcast, people have a notion and they will just, I'm a horror fan, so it's a horror movie and I love it. And you can't say anything different. You know what I mean? I'm a Spielberg fan, or whatever it may be, DC, Marvel, all these different groups. They're not going to disparage the thing, no matter what.
It sounds like he's talking about you regarding the
Supergirl.
Well, in the case of Supergirl, yes.
You guys will see this live in action in a couple of weeks. I
sure.
will die on that hill. Yeah,
For sure. All right, so let's talk about Spielberg for a second. Again, they were hyping it up as the best Spielberg in, like you said.
Oh, okay, so I'm guilty. I haven't watched a lot of Spielberg's movies, maybe within the last, I don't know, say 15 years. All right, so I don't have that comparison chart to say, oh, well, out of the last 15 years, this is the best one he's made.
Which maybe
Could
it
be.
is. In the last 15 to 20 years, it might be, but
I think I liked Ready Player One more. That was a little more fun.
it definitely more fun.
Definitely more fun.
But I even say that was a little bit, but that's not Raiders of the Lost Ark or
No. Or so many of his other films.
yeah.
Oh, shoot, what was that? Oh, we just watched War of the Worlds the other day. And War of the Worlds never really stood out to me, but we watched it and I was like, that's a good movie.
Yeah, that was sweet. That
Tom
was
Cruise one.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Yep.
Steven Spielberg,
Yep,
Tom
yep,
Cruise,
yep,
right?
That was good. Yep.
Yeah, that had more aliens in it too. I forgot about that scene where they're in the basement.
Yeah, I did
Aliens
too.
come out there and everything.
Yeah, I thought that was, yeah.
But even that ending was a little weak, I'll admit.
Well,
This ending was pretty weak.
The War of the Worlds had to, I don't know if it had to, but it did follow the book. So yeah, it was kind of,
Yeah.
has always been kind of a weak ending.
I actually like the ending to Disclosure Day. I feel if you're going to have an ending to a movie with what you're getting,
It's hard. What would that ending look like?
Yeah, they can't explore
Right.
the aftermath. I agree. I think I was just kind of like, But by that point, I think I was just checked out too.
I was
kinda
checked
just
out
like,
about halfway through.
Yeah.
Because I got wrapped up in the conspiracy side of it. And I don't like that word. In the lore.
I didn't
the
get wrapped
information.
up. I didn't get wrapped up in that part. I got wrapped up in, and I was like, okay. Can we try? Can we try here? Are we going to try to make this even a reasonable movie? A reasonably believable scenario? The bad guys is what I'm talking about. I was just like, okay, that's stupid.
They were very generic NPCs.
They weren't even like stormtroopers. It was just like,
They
it
were
was a
worse.
level below the
Men in
typical
Black.
stormtrooper.
Like Men in Black.
But they were like
I should say
dumb.
the Men in Black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What they say now, you go to a UFO sighting or something, well, people in black suits are going to show up.
They were like dumb. It was like comically stupid. I was like, are we really? But this is the government. These are the highest people above the government protecting, and they're buying. You know what I'm saying? They all know stuff. They obviously know
You
about
think- you
UFOs,
think,
and there's
yeah.
moments in here where it's like, I don't know.
We're just going to let that pass. We know
Yeah.
what's going on here. Yeah. So let's hold off a second on that for before we get to spoilers. So yeah, score. I don't know. Not the best. Spielberg. I don't know.
Not the best.
Not his best work. Not John Williams' best work. Better than more than half of the people out there doing stuff for both of them, but comparing to themselves.
But it's on the lower side of them as well.
Yeah.
Because again, it's like, oh, it's not as good as Raiders, obviously. But I'm saying it is a disappointment. It's disappointing from them. You know, if this was a Joe Schmo, I could be like,
Hey, that guy's
I
got
actually
a
would
future.
still. I mean, I still think it's bad, but
But maybe he's got a future.
yeah, maybe he could pull something off here in his next one.
I mean, it was probably a cheap movie to make. There were
Yeah.
no elaborate sets. There were no elaborate special
Yeah,
effects.
you're right about that. It's probably on
Yeah.
the cheaper end if you took away having to pay Spielberg and the different people.
It's more around a couple characters, bad guys.
Yeah.
Because, how much CGI was there?
Not much at all.
It's just basic stunt work, basic acting,
Right.
little basic chase movie. But the action, go ahead, what were you going to say?
I just want to say as well, because it's like spoiler free, I wasn't buying a lot of the There's one relationship I was like, okay, this is kind of whatever.
Which one?
Him and the girlfriend. I wasn't
Which
really.
one in the girlfriend? Because there's two
Oh,
sets
the
here.
original guy.
The main
Russell's son.
character and the girlfriend I was not buying. And
Emily
his girlfriend.
Blunt?
No, the main
The
character
other guy,
and his
I
girlfriend.
didn't really
I
see
was
the
like,
tie
Oh,
between
yeah,
them either.
yeah.
And him and Emily Blunt had more chemistry, I feel like better moments overall, but it takes so long to get those two together in the story through a stupid way.
But I think
It happens.
Emily Blunt and her original boyfriend, I kind of...
I
bought
understood their
that.
problems.
I bought
That's what I'm
that.
saying. But I really bought his relationship with Emily Blunt. The two main characters I really bought. But again, it's like we didn't even get to their relationship until halfway through the movie, and it happened in the dumbest way where I was just kind of like,
Did they have a relationship?
Okay.
Not like a loving relationship.
Emily Blunt, what was her character's name? Do you remember?
Margaret, Maggie.
Okay.
I don't mean like a loving relationship.
Just
I mean
their-
like
how
out of
they
all the
interacted.
two people that were interacting with, I felt like they had the most
Chemistry.
and the most like. Well, I like seeing those two together more than the other people together. But it's
Yeah, Emily Blunt and her boyfriend. I didn't buy that.
Oh, really?
No, because as soon as some weird things started happening to her...
That guy was ditching her, yeah.
Well, it's not that he was ditching her. I would be a hell of a lot more concerned and be like, what's going on here? And he just kind of like, you're gonna leave now? Oh, okay. You know?
yeah, like in the hospital, you can manhandle her. Sit
yeah,
down. The
it's like-
FBI's here, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I will say, out of all
a
the
little far-fetched.
expectations coming out of the show, greatest score, etc., they said Emily Blunt had a great performance, and she did.
She did.
Yeah.
Sure.
She
absolutely.
was...
She was the keynote of the whole cast of the whole movie.
For sure. And she did do a
Hands
great
down.
job. I mean, I was picking up what she was putting down for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were times I felt like maybe it was written for a much younger woman, though. Like a 25, 20...
Why do you say that?
Just how she was talking, how she was behaving,
Oh.
I was kind of like, this seems like she should be kind of more figuring her life. I mean, how...
Yeah, because she was
Emily
38.
Blunt obviously does not look old or anything.
No,
I'm not hating
but
her
in
for
the
being-
movie they said she was 38.
Yeah, I felt like it felt like it was more of like a 25, maybe 30-year-old, but close to 40, it's like, I feel like you'd be a little more,
Yeah, because she was just wanting to move around, jump around everywhere
yeah,
with her career.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And also some of the acting, I was like, I don't know, this seems like it should be like a younger, I don't know, to me, there's, like when she's walking up to the house and she starts crying in there, I'm like,
It was a little weird.
yeah.
It was a little weird. Yeah, I think she was in a weird spot, though. I mean, as a character.
Yeah.
That goes to the story that we would have to get into.
I was gonna say, before they went to her house, she was freaking out because what she was going through.
Yeah, I believe
she
that.
couldn't understand what she was going through, and I thought she acted very well, like a mature actress or actor would have to really kind of be in touch with yourself. Like, okay, if I'm going through something, I can't even explain it, and I'm going in and out of
Whatever she was doing.
she's going out of.
Yeah.
And it's freaking me out. She acted very well.
Yeah. On the train was where I was like, oh, she's legit. You know what I mean? In this movie, I was like, oh, I'm buying completely. After they
when
jump
she-
on the train and they're
yeah.
in there and she has
Yeah.
like a panic attack or whatever.
She noticeably did a great job of acting.
Yeah.
I think that out of the hype going into this one, that's the most legitimate. So we want to go.
That's
into,
why it's just hype.
yeah.
Just hype.
So I mean, I think you should go see it.
Sure.
I think you'll be entertained, and I think I'll explain sort of a viewpoint here when we go into spoilers and get into the conspiracy talk. I think it will entertain more people. It will entertain people more depending on where you're at on the spectrum of your enthusiasm
UFOs,
or knowledge.
Potential extraterrestrial life.
I think it will entertain different people in a different way.
Okay, let's talk spoilers.
Okay, let's talk spoilers.
This is not about aliens, it turns out.
It turns out.
It's more about it's just about a magic wand. That was the most...
I would say this. Common sense. Disclosure Day. The title of the movie. What do you think it alludes to based on any preview you've seen? Oh, they're going to disclose to the world about alien life.
You know what was
or
misleading in the
UFOs.
trailers? They show that giant UFO breaking through the dark sky. Not in the movie.
It was.
It was, but not in the movie. Right?
Yeah, it
Yes,
was in the...
correct.
It's not happening the way you think it's going to happen. It's a clip from the archives.
Yeah, and the alien stuff is... It's cool. The first teaser where she's on the news and it starts clicking and stuff. That's the only time that happens. You know what I mean?
Anything that cool happens.
Yeah, the rest of it is very just a superpower almost. It's not an alien...
Yeah, and this is where I'm going
an
to say...
alien vibe. It was just telekinesis she had. I was like, oh, that's not...
It's never explained what she had.
Yeah, either. And that's
You
what I'm
just
saying.
left
A
to
magic
kind of
wand.
guess. Even with him. He couldn't do what she did. The young Daniel.
It's like an
I think
X-Men
is-
movie almost. It's just these two guys have powers, mutant abilities.
Yeah.
It's not really about aliens. And then they have this little technology piece, and it's a magic wand. And what I mean by that is it just does whatever the plot needs it to do in the moment. And
So that's why I say I feel like there are elements to the movie it's just for entertainment's sake.
Yeah.
It's not factual. It's
And I'm not
based
basing this
off
off
the
of
truth.
fact.
Right. I feel like perhaps I'm guilty of going in thinking, oh, what's Spielberg going to give us? Is he going to give us some authentic information? Especially since, like I said, we've been getting all these federal reports of UFOs and more things are coming out of, these things exist. And then we get Disclosure Day from Spielberg, all the hype. Oh, it's around aliens. Ooh, what are we going to get? And we got a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10 of an entertaining movie, but it didn't really reveal anything that if I believe there's a possibility of extraterrestrial life or UFOs, I'm not learning nothing new.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're not learning nothing new. You're right. It probably doesn't move the needle for you if you are a skeptic or wherever you're at on the scale. It probably doesn't move the needle for you one way or the other. There's nothing in there that... Yeah.
I'm critiquing it as a movie, though, from my standpoint. It's like, that is such a... It's just too convenient to be in a movie where it's like, we're never going to explain really any of this stuff because if we start to explain it, none of it works anymore. Because we're using it just to bail people out of every situation every time, and there is no tension built. And I get it's not that. I get it's not like a tension movie. It's not a Mission Impossible, whatever. But at
no
time,
point was I ever on the edge of my seat.
No. And that's what I'm saying. At one point, the guy gets caught, and it's like, oh, wow, how's he going to get out of this one? Emily Blunt walks in, grabs him, and literally walks out in front of everybody. It's not like she sneaks in there and breaks him out. It's
She walks in the front door.
because she has these abilities. And again, it's like, what... Her ability was telekinesis at one point, and now it's like she can shapeshift in front of people's eyes as well.
I think that was more... Yeah, I don't know.
That's the made-up story for entertainment.
But I wasn't entertained is the problem. I was like, this is stupid.
I mean, with
I think they were showing her... She had this ability to read people's minds, and then, like, she got pulled over by a policeman.
empathy.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Was-
So yeah, but she would say, "Oh, go talk to your wife. She just needs some roses, and she needs a nap because she got a newborn baby." And the guy was so taken aback that he knew his exact situation that he let her off the hook. And then she just kept doing that. So she walks into the bad guy's lair where they're hiding this guy, or they're getting ready to interrogate him or whatever. So she says these sort of same things, but then they show you from the other person's point of view, and apparently she now appears as that guy's wife. Or then she goes to another person and she says, oh, you need to explore your passions in life and just, whatever. So, and then
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Exactly. So it showed, yes, exactly. And it's just showed from the other person's point of view that it wasn't Emily Blunt they were thinking of or looking at, it was their loved one that would say these things. So yeah, I don't know if that was just a film gimmick or if that's how she was appearing, but even if that's how she's appearing...
She's saying it from her... you know what I mean? She's saying it from her perspective.
Does she,
Go tell your wife.
But does she appear then to everybody as somebody else for that whole extended time? Or do they see her...
That's what I'm saying. This is my problem with the movie.
Exactly.
It just is everything's so contrived and convenient to the point it just is, it's boring because they don't have to, there is no struggle because the plot is simply whatever we need to happen, one of these two characters or the magic wand can immediately do it with no repercussions whatsoever. And the one wand breaks, we immediately got a replacement right when we need it, and it can turn on the power.
What did she do that it disintegrated?
She was just holding on to it.
But it was when she made it invisible?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so she made... You're right. So this thing, apparently, you can...
Enter people's minds.
You can
if you're getting
remote
okay,
view.
so since we can just give spoilers away.
Yes.
In the movie, there are 3 stones that are alien origin.
Some alien piece of technology.
And however, after we have achieved them, certain people know kind of how to use them.
That's the other thing. We go back, the one guy has some experience using them, but they kind of referenced the other guy that worked with them before him and he died because of it or something, right?
Oh, don't touch it with your hands. They had to put a glove on or something, but you still hold it in your hand.
But it's super dangerous. And this guy working for the government is the only one that can really sort of have a handle on it because he's been messing with it. But now our 2 heroes, Emily Blunt, I can pick it up and walk around with it and
that's what I mean.
Make it do whatever I need to do.
It just is right away. She knows, of course, she knows how to use it. But it also is like at the beginning he has it. Right at the first scene he has it, and he's like pointing at people as if it's going to shoot them as well.
Yeah,
and everybody's spread.
Yeah.
So it can explode. It can maybe shoot a ray out of it if need be.
It can turn people invisible. It can turn whole groups of people invisible.
Right.
Yeah.
It can
Turn
magically
on the power.
turn the power on or power a building.
Yeah, I'm with you
It's
there.
a piece. Now, I'm going to go back to that, the whole thing with her ability to empathize and read. I have been reading UFO alien lore since I was able to read. Me and my friend Todd Danke would go to the Sandusky library at 8 or 9 years old, whatever we were, and we would check out books from the adult section that were adult UFO encounter books, Whitley Strieber, stuff even before that. Never, I don't want to say never, but it's definitely not a focal point that you gain these powers. Probably has happened. I don't want to say never. But it's not something that I'm like, okay, that's what happens when you encounter UFOs. When you encounter aliens, you gain powers. I think sometimes when you get concussion or possessed, you learn languages all of a sudden. You get hit on the head with an air conditioner or something. Sometimes you come away knowing languages. That kind of happens. But I don't think it's and I could be wrong. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that I've seen or read it happening, that this person knows a language they have no way of knowing. I think it's more of a demonic possession thing, though, not alien encounter.
Yeah, and the problem here is this was marketed as an alien movie, but it clearly is not. It's, like I said, it feels like a generic X-Men movie, an X-Men Origins movie for a telekinetic person and a super smart person. And the government's after them because they don't want the mutant gene getting out there, whatever.
You're right, that is closer. That's kind of close.
Since we can give spoilers away, ultimately the 2 main characters you find out when they were children were abducted. And I'm going to say I'm thinking like maybe 8,
Yeah.
9. Their
Yeah.
ages
Yeah.
looked young.
Yeah.
And so now they're much older and they're in this situation.
And they did not, now say this, going back to the lore. They did not remember it, but I also will say this. Usually if you're abducted throughout your life. They track you throughout your life. If you want to, I don't know, again, fact might not be the right word because we don't know really what's happening, but people are abducted throughout their whole life. Very few people, I think, in the lore, in the readings, etc., is abducted once. They do not remember because they do something to erase it out of your mind. I thought it was interesting. Now, again, I don't know what the percentage is. There are some people that come back and they're all hunky-dory and, the Space Brothers just want to help us and they've chosen me to be a special mediator between them and us. There is that group of people, but that's a smaller group of people than the people that are terrified, scared to death. Because they've been abducted out of their home and had weird stuff done to them in a weird place by some weird creatures. So they're horrified of it. They don't want to be abducted. They will scream when you do past regression on them and stuff. They freak out. And I thought it was interesting because it seemed like the male character, he was more scared of it
Than her.
Emily Blunt was more receptive of it. So I thought that was they were at least showing that he was scared, that it was not a pleasant experience for him. It seemed.
In the previews when it was showing the animals.
I will go into that for a second. Go
I
ahead.
was going to say, do you remember just kind of how they explained it? There was one sentence somebody said at one time, and then all the animal scenes is like, that's the simplest explanation.
Yeah, it was.
I thought there'd be more to it. They show up as animals to make it easier on the humans.
And again, in the lore, that's not a thing. A few will say that there was an owl in their room. They didn't know what an owl was doing in their room. That's what they remember of the experience. Or they'll remember that I saw an owl and then I don't know what happened after that. Or I saw an owl and then they showed up. Not foxes, not deer, not all these other creatures. And they definitely don't take you to a house. They walk through the wall with you, like she said they did. But they don't walk to the gingerbread house. They don't hide their spaceship as some other thing. I've never heard of that. Again, not saying that it doesn't happen or it's nowhere in the lore. But as far as I know, it's not in most of the lore. So I feel like they were making up this stuff. I think this was an alien propaganda film. To propagandize the population of Earth to prepare for the idea that the Space Brothers are coming. And they're not the Space Brothers. They're not the
There's
Space
a documentary
Brothers.
on Netflix, Raoul, or something like that. It's about a guy who got abducted by aliens and started a cult.
What is it?
Raoul the demon, or Raoul the alien god or something. He started a cult because he thought he was chosen by aliens to lead people.
See, he's one of those guys.
And I think there was like a mass suicide.
There you go. It never ends well.
But yeah, I'm not even coming from alien whatever standpoint. I'm coming from, as a movie, it was...
Let's talk about the bad guys.
Yeah, okay.
The FBI guys.
These are apparently the top notch, right? These are guys above the government because they're trusted with this information to a degree. They all don't know all of it, but it's like, you're not just letting anybody walk in on this crew, right? At one point, the girl sneaks out the bathroom window.
Oldest trick in the book.
And they don't go looking for her. They're like, oh, no one else is here. You know the girl is with the guy. And then they search his bag. Oh, the alien piece of technology is gone.
Yeah, and nobody goes...
The bathroom window's open. He was in there. And the girlfriend's not here.
Yeah, they can't connect those dots. Even worse, the bad guy back at base that you probably see in the previews, he shows up at the table. He apparently can, using the magic wand, he can possess that girl. He can
Body transport.
remote view that girl, yes, or body
Controller.
And controller. As he said, the magic wand is missing. The girl is missing. We got the guy. The bathroom window's open. And then that's all you see of that girl until she shows up at the end with the magic wand to bail out the whole thing. first of all, if you know they're in the hotel building, it's one of them strip hotels, cheap hotels. You know they're surrounding that. Going out the back window is the oldest trick in the book.
Yeah, and it's the only place they... Yeah, that's the bad part. And then another bad part is they're driving a car, they get to a cliff, and they're like, oh, let's put a brick on the gas and let the car drive off. So they do that, and then the bad guys show up 2 minutes later, maybe, because they're chasing them.
30 seconds
Get out of their car, look over the cliff.
Oh,
they're
the
just
car's
standing behind a
down
rock 10 feet away.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing earlier. They're at the farmhouse. The guy, Daniel, leaves to go get cell reception.
Yeah.
And when he starts coming back, he's got a backpack, he's dressed in black, and all these black cars pull up to the farmhouse. And he sneaks up to the fence and walks down the fence, walks around the fence, there's like 8 of these black cars. Oh, that one looks like it's pretty fast. And 15 feet away are a bunch of armed guards just looking at the house while, I'm just going to let this dude on the backpack come up and take a car and go.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
And they never...
The best of the best.
Yeah, they never are shooting to kill him. I don't know why. That's the other part I can't get over is...
Because
they're trying to keep him alive for what reason?
Because they don't know that he has abilities necessarily. They just think he stole all the information.
Yeah, and it's all in the backpack. And again,
And he's got the backpack.
There's 12 of them. The 12 other people didn't show up for work. Who cares? You know this guy has the information they need. Those other 12 people don't have the information.
Okay, but let me put an argument on that, okay? All he had was information.
And the magic
video.
wand.
Until he gave it to his girlfriend.
But this was still before that. But
Even though he had the magic wand, ultimately, without that rock, whatever he has doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I would argue that without the magic rock, even with all this footage, you play it to the public, you're still going to have people say, is that real? Is that fake? I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can buy that.
So the rock is...
Because I think that's where we're at actually in real life. There's people that have not figured out that aliens are real. I'm going to put aliens in quotation marks also. UAPs, alien spaceships, it's a real thing, okay? Is this not up for debate anymore? If you think that's up for debate anymore, you are not really paying any attention. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not me or anybody else making things up and taking things out of context. Okay, the United States government and every government out there, there's stuff flying around. We don't know what it is. It's not the Russians, it's not the Chinese, it's not the Americans. We don't know who it is. We don't know what it is. In fact, we don't even know how it's doing what it's doing.
Yeah, and they've all come out and said it's not a conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
it's a fact that has been revealed.
Now, what's in it, whatever, you can speculate on. It's going to be aliens, again, in quotation marks.
That's the only thing missing. Of all the footage that you've seen through the years, is it real or not? It's always UFOs, it's always spaceships. That's the footage that's missing. It's actual footage that you see some other type of biological being.
Yeah.
Regardless of
which to that point though, there's a lot of fake ones out there.
Oh,
maybe those are real ones. Just like the footage now we're getting is real, and maybe all that other stuff was real too. Because part of disinformation is if the real video gets out there, what you do is you make a crappy fake one that's obviously fake, and you throw that out there. And you go, oh, look, this is fake, this is ridiculous. If you believe this, you're obviously stupid. And then that disqualifies the other one. So it would be the same thing with the alien footage. The alien autopsy footage, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's real. But we throw out some other goofy, fake alien thing, and that disqualifies the other because, oh, look how ridiculous this is. That's so fake.
The disillusion.
Yeah. And you throw out a bunch of them. Now all of a sudden there's 100 different ones out there, and 90 of them look totally fake, and you can't tell what's what. That's what disinformation is. That's how that works. Then you can write that down. So, but my point was...
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is
Magic
power.
Schoolhouse. But my point was just, you said, the only thing that's missing, because I think that's where we're at right now as a society, is that it's out there for you to look at, and people don't believe it. Or they whatever, I'll take it or leave it. So I don't think disclosure would be that big of a deal.
Well, the argument in the movie also with disclosure is, how are people going to handle the information? How are people going to really handle if there's actual footage? Imagine the U.S. government coming out with, okay, we've showed you UAPs or whatever. You got to look at this video. And it shows some type of extraterrestrial life, some type of biological being. There are some people who are not going to handle that very well. I believe that. They're going to freak out.
Yeah, they will be lost.
Oh my God, they are aliens. Are they coming for us? Or what do they want with us?
But to them I say, listen, they clearly have superior technology. If they were really trying to wipe us off the face of the planet, they would have done it. You know what I'm saying? Their UFOs, their spaceships, they're traveling through space to get here. You know how long it takes us to get to the moon? We have to build all these projects. We have to build a rocket ship just to get up there.
Get to the moon, in quotation marks.
But you know what I mean?
But for potentially a supreme, I shouldn't say a supreme race, but for someone, another being having supreme intellect, supreme knowledge over what we have as humans, to be able to build a craft. What we would look at how long it takes to get to the moon or whatever, they might have something that their travel is much faster.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I mean. It is. It is much faster. And that's what I'm saying. They clearly have superior technology. So if you are scared, I don't want to believe because that's scary. Well, they haven't done anything. So
yeah, they've been here for who knows how long, and they haven't done anything.
They don't care. You know what I'm saying?
If Roswell would have been in the 40s, if that was, I believe it's legit. I do. I'm not going to say they had beings, but I do believe there was some type of unidentified craft that they recovered from a crash site. I would have to imagine that there probably was something in those ships. You're going to hide it from the public, and as scientists would, they're going to want to do everything they can to look into what the other life form is, reverse engineer any type of craft part they can salvage. So it's 60, going on 80 years.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's been longer than that.
Right, yeah. Some shady business was going on before that.
Okay. I was going to say, we could just get way off tangent. You look at Egyptian tablets and pyramids and hieroglyphics of things that sure resemble like a UFO.
Something.
It's been around a long, long time.
yeah, it doesn't matter. I hate.
But to your point, yeah, some people will freak out. But I think more people are going to be unfazed. Because what they're doing is they let it out little at a time to just desensitize you to the point where you don't care anymore. What else? What am I going to see? Another picture of some dots flying around? You know what I mean? It's a strategy. It's what they do on a lot of these things. It's like the same thing with the files, the Stein files. They let a little bit out, and pretty soon you don't care anymore because it's a little bit, it's a little bit, it's a little bit. What? There's no, you know what I mean? It's such little pieces that there's never that thing.
You lose interest through the years.
And you lose interest, yeah, and it's not a big deal anymore.
Right.
So I don't know, like you say, if we had video of an alien creature, I don't know what that would do for me.
It would do. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I
kind of
think it'd
do
be cool.
too.
I think it'd be
But I
sweet,
also
but it
agree
would
with
be
what
like,
you said. If aliens are coming here and they have supreme intellect and they have crafts that can do whatever, if they wanted to, you're right, they could come to this planet probably and annihilate us.
Yeah.
And they haven't done
They haven't done it. So there is like I don't know. I mean, I'd be like, oh, that's awesome. But I would not be worried because I'd be like, also, what are we going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Right.
Because they got them things that zip around so quick. Probably one of them
Yeah.
could destroy everything because you couldn't do anything for it.
Can't catch it.
Can't catch it.
It's like Battlefield Earth. You ever read that one?
No.
Crazy book.
That's a cuckoo one though. Let me forgot what I was going to say.
The point is, the movie as a movie isn't very good either, though.
Right. Point as a movie,
It's not an
it's
alien
got some
movie.
holes. I think you're right. It's not a straight alien movie, so that hurts it. But do you think it left it leaves you with more questions.
I was so numb to it all by the end, I didn't care. And there's a whole stretch. Again, he has a girlfriend. What's his name? Daniel?
Daniel.
Okay.
Daniel's. Well, you're talking about.
I'm talking about Daniel, the main guy.
Yeah.
He has a girlfriend, and then the girlfriend gets possessed, and there's a moment where she's holding the
Mind control.
The rosary. Oh yeah, she's mind controlled. She's holding the rosary, and I was like, that will be good symbolism if that allows her to overcome the guy. And then like it doesn't, and I was kind of like, you lost interest in me there. Like,
Hold that thought.
Yeah. Okay.
You said possessed. You said mind control. You brought in the religious imagery. I'm going to say possessed. I'm going to say, again, it's an alien propaganda film. What really was happening was possession.
Yeah, he was getting a hold of her, and he was like, look around the room. And she was looking around the room. I think
but as alien propaganda, they don't want you to think of it as possession. They want you to think of it as, it's just mind control with this little technology that can be used for good or bad. And then, she dug the rosary in to like injure herself to make herself wake up from it.
Yeah.
Which is imagery for...
But then she ultimately dropped the cross to the floor.
Yes.
And then she became 100% mind controlled.
That's what I mean. And I was just like...
There's a symbolism in that.
Yes. And I don't think it's accidental.
No, it's... That's what I mean, though. I was like... You lost me because... And that was like that girl's character is... Oh, she's confused about her faith, sure. And then that guy I don't know. And then she tries to kill him, and it's like, dude, I would have left her.
That's another sort of, I don't know it's another plot point. I think, he is in the field at the house, like you said, and Emily Blunt contacts him and says, hey, they know where you're at, they're coming to kill you, which, again, they don't really kill him.
No, but
try to kill him. Oh, they do, but they don't.
Yeah, Jean got dove on. That's her name, right? Jean, the girlfriend. Jean got dove on by Sinclair or whatever.
Which means he was mind controlling her. So because he knew what that means, but Emily Blunt didn't at that point. I'm thinking, I'm not going back to the house. And then if I start to and I get up there, it's surrounded by FBI agents. I'm just a putz computer guy. I'm not diving into that.
He had the stone with him, right? Or did she?
He did, but he didn't know. He never really used it.
No. But I'm saying when he left the farmhouse.
Yeah, he had it because she was looking at the backpack.
Okay, so the only reason for him to even go back to the farmhouse was because he wanted to get his girlfriend. But you're right. If I have a backpack with all the information that they're trying to get from me, willing to kill me for it, and I have this alien artifact.
And the guy you just were informed that he mind controlled your girlfriend, so she's damaged goods at that point.
Right.
Because she does try to kill him. I don't think you go back.
Yeah, but also from that point, from that moment, that's when the movie starts to drag because we do that thing again where he mind controls her to find out where they're at, and then they separate, and then he still has to go and find Emily Blunt. To me, it would have been easier for him at that moment. You cut out 30 minutes of a 2.5 hour film that you're feeling 2.5 hours for, because it doesn't matter. That girl doesn't matter in the long run. She doesn't do anything. You putz around with her for another 30 minutes just for the same thing to happen. He mind control her, he finds out where they're at, and then he gets captured, and then he meets Emily Blunt, and that's the dumbest thing ever, how him and Emily Blunt got together. It could have just been he got in the car, ran away, him and Emily Blunt met up.
So I think we're all giving this movie low scores. I almost feel like Spielberg's like, I want to get a message out to people that aliens exist, or this crap is really out there. So how do I make a quick, entertaining story to give that to the people? Well, we can do this, we can do this. Oh, that's a good idea.
With that.
Throw it in. It's just a quick little throw together, I feel. It's not a deep plot.
No. I'll give you that, but let me ask you this then. Do you think it's coincidence that he wants to get this message out at this time? Given the fact that all this stuff has happened in the last year, and you know the lead time for a movie to write the script and da-da-da-da-da-da.
So he probably had this in the works before the government, I think, within the last year. I would think, even the movie.
Okay, is that coincidental? Or did they compare notes and know? You think it's just purely coincidental that 2.5, 3 years ago, he started writing this script for Disclosure Day, and then coincidentally, a year before his movie comes out, the government starts. You know what I'm saying? Was that coincidence, or are those two comparing notes and bringing it together?
I could say it could be a little bit either way. It could be a coincidence, but I might argue for Spielberg's sake, Close Encounters, E.T. He's been trying to entertain the thoughts of otherworldly life for a long time.
Let's talk about that.
Now, I would go a step further, okay? If I'm in my 70s...
Is he in his 70s?
I think he's
gotta
be.
It's gotta be.
If I'm in my 70s and I know I'm on the back nine, I can't help but think that if I am privy to anything or have come across a lot of people, oh man, I tell you, I used to work for the government, I saw this, it's real, I'm telling you. Maybe there would come a point towards my later stage of life that I'm like, okay.
79.
If I want to, 79. If I'm going to divulge some stuff and get it out there, what am I worried about at 79? If I'm a 40-year-old popular director and I'm going to do this and throw this out there, you know there's going to be people who don't want that information out there. They're going to mess with you.
Yeah.
They're going to defame you. They're going to throw something out there, make you fall
and
from...
Steven Spielberg can do what he wants.
Well, that's
basically.
all, yeah.
So, how do you feel it compares to his other films? Like you said, E.T., Close Encounters, War of the Worlds, AI.
Below.
Yeah.
Below the average.
I like Close Encounters better. I think that one presented you with a weird question at the beginning and weird stuff going on with that guy. Kept, making mashed potatoes and mud and big model of Devil's Tower. But I think you get more of a payoff at the end.
Sure.
Like, okay, it's Devil's Tower. I think it's still weird and mysterious. It doesn't quite, you know what I mean? But there's more of a connection and a payoff on Close Encounters. Obviously, E.T. way better.
I wanted to go back. You talk about him being 79. If he is going to say something, now's the time. Off topic, Stanley Kubrick. What did he do on his deathbed?
He didn't do that on his deathbed.
Well, not his deathbed.
He was fine. He was fine.
But what I'm saying is, at the end, he came out and said, the Apollo, I filmed it in the studio.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, no.
That's what got him killed, Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, all right. But I was going to say...
Did he say that on his deathbed?
Oh, there's a video interview with him where he does not look very healthy. It's him. And he's like, absolutely. I was hired to make it look like men went on space. And once again, common sense. You always hear the argument, well, how is there a video on the moon? How is there a camera on the moon watching the Apollo launch back up? Yeah. And if there was, how is it transmitted instantly like that? So you talk about the ruse that you were being fed.
It's common sense. Here's one better than that. They called from the moon to, who was in the White House? Nixon? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on a landline phone talking to astronauts on the moon. How does that work exactly?
It doesn't.
It doesn't exactly. Because there's a delay, even like that footage you say, that camera that they left on the moon had to be remote controlled to follow them up because it pans up. Tilts up is the correct term. It tilts up to follow them. Perfectly, I might add. And there's a delay. Even if you're doing, how are you controlling it? Who's controlling it?
Why would you not go back? Why isn't there any other country on this planet that has shown video? Oh, we sent a manned mission to the moon. They're jumping on the moon. There's the Chinese flag. There's the German flag. The Russian flag.
Here's the best argument. Here's the best argument they give you. Well, there's nothing up there. Okay, what's at the top of Mount Everest?
Nothing. Why do people go up there? Okay, so there's nothing on the moon, okay? We'll throw all these satellites in space, but we got the moon that faces the Earth at the right side. You can't throw some dishes up there to bounce something?
There would be a 24-hour camera You know how that was a big thing for a while on the internet? Oh, watch Goo the gorilla in the rainforest. There's a rainforest cam. Oh, there's a construction cam for the World Trade Center. We're just going to leave it on 24 hours.
Yep.
There wouldn't be a 24-hour moon cam. There wouldn't be paid missions. Millionaires wouldn't pay money to fly to the moon, just like they go to the top of Mount Everest. There's shit at the top of Mount Everest. I mean, literally, because they crap up there and leave it there.
There's dead bodies on the top of Mount Everest.
There's nothing to go up there for, but people do, and they pay a crap amount of money. Yeah,
personal conquest.
You don't think for 1 second. Moon landing technology is the only technology in the history of mankind that has not advanced to its full capacity. Because it's right now the exact same as it was in 1969.
Well, it's hard to advance when you can't remember where all the blueprints and schematics from the original
who's believing that? Who believes that? We lost it. Okay, even if you did, hey guys, I know you lost the most valuable technology in the history of the world up to this point, but while you're still alive, can we start jot down what you can remember so we don't have to start from scratch when you're dead next week?
Right.
Or even so, look at what technology we have right now. There's more technology in this right here than they went to the moon with. We can't figure it out from scratch. We can't figure it out from scratch right now. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Who's believing that?
Yeah.
Who's believing that?
Ultimately, I'll say this, getting back to Disclosure Day. The end. I liked it. The end, since the spoilers, the end just shows you the word listen. And it could have been listen, it could have been watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the ultimate point is, with all of the things we're talking about, there's crap going on that's hidden from you. Has been hidden from you from the government for years, whether it's UFOs.
By years, you mean decades.
Yes, decades. Whether if it's UFOs, wars, what have you, man. Assassination of ex-presidents. You are just hidden information. You're on a need-to-know basis.
And you don't need to know jack.
Right, and I think that's Spielberg's point of listen. Open your eyes. Listen to what's going around you in this world. Have some common sense.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's kind of my ultimate take.
So I think it definitely, as a whole, is a good thought exercise, thought provoker.
Yeah, if you're looking to go, it's a Spielberg movie. It is. It's good. It's entertaining, but it's.
I wouldn't. If you did not know, if you're just watching random movies and don't know who the director is, I don't think you lump that into a Spielberg category. Mm-hmm. I don't think the action's there. I think Emily Blunt does her best to save, as far as the acting goes. I think they all do a decent job. Sure. I don't think there's any bad performances.
No, I don't think so.
No great performances.
The one guy didn't do as well as he usually does.
Who's
the
that?
Black guy. Usually he kills it.
What else has he been in?
Just anything he's in, he kills it. Blade Runner, the new Blade Runner he was in. He was
the main guy?
What? The black guy.
Yeah, the main black guy.
Yeah. You know,
what else was he in?
I don't know. Every time I see him, though, I like him. This time I was like, oh,
he was just kind of bland.
Yeah. You could have got anybody.
You don't feel the stakes.
No.
No, you don't.
That he's got these things that's going to change the world. Like that guy, the main bad guy. Because he just lets him go a couple times. If it was life or death, these things, my conviction is that we can't have this stuff out there. You're willing to kill, I mean, I don't ever get that he's so convicted that he's... Because he just lets him go a couple times.
That's right.
Even at the end, he's all right there,
yeah, he just sits down and
you know what, I'm just going to sit down. I'm done.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Yeah. Just
say what you got to say.
Yeah.
Make your broadcast to the world. Let them know what's going on.
Yeah, because he had his little henchman there that was gung-ho. Yeah. He would have shot her.
He left. He was the only one.
That's the other thing, and they all just leave. Those guys they don't even stand around to see what's going to be said.
Nope, that one guy's takes off.
It's kind of weird.
I would not go I wouldn't. I'm in no rush to see it again.
No.
It's one that honestly, obviously, I would not pay money to go to the theater to see again.
Which, by the way.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I dodged your bullet on
He
that
did
one,
not
right?
pay to go to theater. As payment for this worldwide broadcast, I paid for his ticket. So you're off the
I
hook.
appreciate it. I
Yeah,
appreciate
you're
it.
welcome.
And with any movie, go support a theater. Go pay the money because I feel like going to a theater is going to be a dying thing to do, man. In X amount of years, I think it'll just, you have your big screen TV in your living room, and that's how you
That'll
see
suck.
movies, man. It will suck.
Yeah.
Go
It's
support the theaters, man.
Yep, absolutely. So what's next, Ayden?
Supergirl.
That is the next
It's
film.
in 2 weeks. Yeah.
In 2 weeks. Supergirl. There you
We're
go,
already
folks.
hyped. We've all been waiting. We're all excited.
I'm excited for it. It should
There
be
we
good.
go.
It should be good. I like the preview for it. You like the previews for it? What you've seen?
I tell you what, I hate to say it, I've never been a fan of a lot of, oh boy, I'm gonna get in trouble, DC comics. Besides Batman.
Well,
can
yeah,
take
that's all.
Batman's.
If we're being legit, that's all we're about here.
Okay, sure.
We're
Okay.
supporting
So I'm
Supergirl.
sorry, man. Superman.
Christopher Reeve Superman, though.
Okay, but then again, it was my childhood.
Yeah.
But on top of that, Supergirl. Really, man? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know. What about, did you see Grogu and Boba Fett?
Oh, Mandalorian and Grogu. Yeah, I did. You haven't.
Well, I have not.
Go see it. And if
No,
you're a
I'm
Star
not.
Wars fan,
I'm a Star Wars. I'm not a Star Wars.
okay,
fan.
my argument
I'm
was
a
you
original
just spent
trilogy
money
fan.
to go see Disclosure Day. Go spend money to see Mandalorian.
I
and Grogu.
refuse to. I've fallen into the trap too many times. I've accepted the fact that Star Wars was a 3-episode adventure
Okay,
of my childhood,
You're right.
and that's
You're
it.
right, and
That's
that's
all
where
there
it
is to
should have.
That's where it should have stayed.
Okay, the prequels were okay. We've had our talks about the prequels. The sequels.
Yeah. Ugh.
Uh,
Heir to the Empire. I like that novelization.
Yeah,
that
that was
3-part.
good. That was really
is that,
good.
That's what it was called, right?
Heir to the Empire.
and then 3 different books. If you haven't ever read that, go read that. That's a
go
good
see
one.
The Mandalorian and Grogu if you're a Star Wars fan.
What would you give that? We're giving Backrooms 3. We're giving Disclosure Days 3s and 4s and 5s.
I would give Mandalorian and Grogu a solid 7.
Solid 7.
Maybe even pushing a 7.5. Visually, it's awesome. If you're a fan of the Mandalorian streaming show on Disney Plus, you got to go see the movie. Yes, it's tailored to kids, but not in a way. Okay, even though I think it's tailored towards kids for Grogu, I was actually shocked on how violent the movie is, and not just shooting at or no, it's a violent
some
movie.
violence.
It's got a lot of violence in it. But of course, you got Grogu. He's a cute little dude. Their mechanics, the other small aliens that you see in the previews running around with him, they're cute. You don't need. It doesn't have to. There's no tie-in to Luke, Leia, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
It's just a cool standalone movie, worth the watch, especially on a big screen. Man, the effects, visualization, it's awesome.
There you have it.
Go see it.
Go see
Go
it.
see it. Go
All
see
right.
it.
Well, Brian, thanks for coming
Thanks for
along.
having me, man.
And we'll try and figure out something else we can do in the future. But until then, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you next time.
And listen.
Oh, and listen.